Hello, dear friends. Patrick here. Thursday, November 14th, 2024. How are you doing today? I want to give you a quick book review today on Rise to Globalism, American Foreign Policy Since 1938 by Stephen E. Ambrose. Excellent book. If you're young, in your 20s or 30s, if you're studying political science or history, or geography for that matter, this is an excellent resource for you. I picked it up at a thrift store for like 50 cents or something, and I didn't know who the author was, but as soon as I started reading it, I realized, wow, this guy knows how to write. It's like it goes down so smooth, you kind of don't even have to read. It's just as if you're thinking to yourself. You know, you don't have to become a speed reader. I've studied speed reading, but it's not really necessary, you know, looking at the first part of the paragraph and the last part and blah, 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 and all that stuff. You just let it sink in at its own pace. If the guy is a good writer, it's going to go down smooth, just like drinking a good cup of Java, right? This is a really excellent book. The chapter on Korea is almost as exciting as reading like a Tom Clancy book. I wouldn't go that far, but it's very compelling. It does get a bit bogged down in the later chapters. It should have been edited probably a little bit, especially the part on Vietnam is a little bit. It takes you all the way up to about 1985, but the guy had amazing insights. My favorite part of the book is the Iran-Contra affair with Oliver North and Ronald Reagan, and just to see how much Ronald Reagan was dealing on this side as much as on that side, and the different dilemmas that he faced, and so on. So very excellent book. Just want to, sometimes I will do a chapter by chapter review. I'm not going to do that on this one because it would be much too tedious, and it just gets into a lot of detail, which is really unnecessary. But it's more directed at people that are probably, like I said, if you're young male, most of the viewers on YouTube are young males, from varying ages, of course. But if you're in your early 20s or 30s and you want something on history, that is an excellent book. I also brought a couple others that I thought I would mention to compare. This was Gore Vidal's, a very light read, very excellent, and also to compare to Noam Chomsky's book, which is worth reading, called America's Quest for Global Dominance. This has quite a severe bias to it, but it's also very good. Gore Vidal is very good as well. But this one is just that much stronger. I didn't realize actually the author, Stephen E. Ambrose, has won numerous awards, and he's the writer of A Band of Brothers. I didn't know that when I picked it up. But yeah, he is just at another level for writing military history, political history, and having an understanding of geopolitics and all that kind of stuff. An expert on Eisenhower as well. So yeah, definitely worth adding to your collection. And of course, together with this one, the best book that you can get is Confessions of an Economic Hitman by Perkins. Is it John Perkins or something like that? But yeah, that together with this one should be all you need for recent American history, if you want to call it that. I would like to talk more about it, but I just would want to mention that reading is essential to your mental strength. Lately on some of my videos, I've been getting a lot of comments, and sometimes I will go, hundreds of comments actually, and sometimes, almost always, I will click on the person's avatar, I will click on their YouTube signature. Shh, come here, Sophie, come. Sophie, come. What did you do? What did you find there? Come here. What did you get? Oh my goodness. What is that? You found a pepper. What is that? Where'd you get that? Crazy doggy. Say hello. Hello, doggy. Oh, you cutie pie. You're getting excited. I'll click on their signature, and it'll show me, and then I'll go to their channel, and guess what? It's a reflection of the quality of thought that they're presenting. And numerous times when the person has posted something that is either full of grammatical errors or is disjointed, or is thinking in a way that is a little bit muddled, and you go to their channel and guess what? They're a gamer. As a young person, this is just my opinion, as a young person who may be in their 20s or 30s, something like that, you do not have time in this short lifespan that we have on this earth. We're only here for a very short time. If you want to excel, if you want to strengthen your ability to communicate, you need to get yourself into a habit of reading. You should be reading, spending as much time reading as you spend eating. So if you're eating 3 hours a day, you should be reading 3 hours a day. And of course, that's just outside of Scripture, because I consider Scripture a whole separate way of eating. That's feeding your spirit, right? When I was in my 20s, I'll just share with you this little short anecdote. I had to travel. I was in a working class neighborhood in Quebec. I had to travel by train to get to school, where I was studying in downtown Montreal at the time. And for 3 years straight, I read Psalms and Proverbs every day on the train. Every day, to feed my spirit. And that is time well spent. That will strengthen your spirit. But outside of that, there's spiritual food, and then there's, the food of how to get along in the world. And political history is extremely valuable. So if you can get your hands on Perkins' books, I don't have a copy here. I must have gave it away to somebody, or I lent it to somebody, never got it back. But Perkins' book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman, along with this one, would make an excellent combination. These other two are good if you have time, but life is short. I would kind of I would have to leave those unless you whatever. I'm just saying, this is an excellent resource. Perkins' book is an excellent resource. You want to gain an understanding, especially with the current upheaval that's happening in U.S. politics today. It will give you the ability to kind of try and read between the lines and see what's not being told to the public. The whole situation with Reagan during the Iran-Contra affairs is very insightful to get an understanding of how frequently the U.S. communicates with other world powers, how they install governments, how they support their interests and compete with other nations for those interests, and how the negotiation happens, and this and that, and why resources are so important, and why military is so important, and a lot of things that cannot just be explained or cannot simply be absorbed from feeding on news all day. You feed on news and you're getting a secondhand story of a secondhand story. So I just wanted to do a short review. Like I said, I'm not going to do a chapter by chapter, but I just wanted to do a short review on this book that I just finished. I'm working on some other projects that I want to address very soon, and I'm currently reading a collection of essays by Pierre Elliott Trudeau. That's the father of our current PM, Justin Trudeau. And I do want to do a more in-depth review on that particular book, but I haven't finished that yet, so that's a work in process. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you visiting my channel, watching my videos. I appreciate lots of the comments that I've been receiving lately on some of my videos. I greatly appreciate that as well. And so wherever you are, God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're able to spend time with people you love. November 14th, 2024, a rainy day. And my doggies are going crazy. They're getting dirty in the mud. How are you? And they're getting all messy in the mud out here. So I got to clean them up and take them inside. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.